Our playoff march was stalled as the Leafs lose to the Canes 4-3. Our playoff march continues!
Toronto Maple Leafs have named Dion Phaneuf the 18th team captain in Leaf history.
Leafs, beast in the East.
And the Leafs are rocking it out in the Music City. Oh man, that was great.
Well, Leafs Team Canada, the World Junior Classic, beat the Czech Republic 7-2 in the World Junior Preliminary round. This game marks the return of Ian White for the first time to the Air Canada Centre, and he is the first of all the Leaf players that got traded away to return to the Air Canada Centre. And I did write a blog on LeafSpace.com concerning the energy that the Leafs might show tonight, because they were stuck in Newark for the past couple of days. They didn't get into Toronto until early this morning, and for practice they had a bag skate, but the Leafs proved me wrong in this game, as they started with more energy than I thought they would. And unfortunately, Skinner scores the opening goal to make it 1-0 for Carolina, but later Eric Staal gets a 4-minute double minor for high-sticking Bozak, in which he was cut. The Canes kill off the first part of that penalty, but Pikkinen is penalized for delay of game, and the Leafs are on a 5-on-3. They capitalize as Phil Kessel snipes a beauty past Ward, tying the game at 1. But unfortunately, thanks to a defensive screw-up from Mitchell, Eric Staal's off to the races, and with 3 Leaf players in pursuit, unfortunately, Eric Staal scores instead of the monster stopping him, and the Canes restore their lead 2-1. But hey, that's okay, because Phil Kessel later scores his second of the period. And now he has 14 goals of the season, and I think that ties him with Mike Camilleri of the Smurfs, and it's a 2-2 tie. But unfortunately, Joey Crabb is penalized later near the end of the first period, and 10 seconds before the Leafs could kill off that penalty, Eric Staal scores again, and it's a 3-2 lead for Carolina. What the heck? Although the first period kind of looked like the Phil Kessel, Eric Staal show. Second period, McBain is penalized, and Joey Crabb sort of makes up for his penalty by, when he breaks his stick, he goes off the ice and on comes Grabowski, and one of the Leafs' hottest goal scorers scores to tie the game at 3 on the power play. Wow, the power play is really kicking for the Leafs right now at the Air Canada Centre. That's one thing that's positive about the team that they have going for them right now. But then Pikkinen is penalized. Then McBain is penalized again. Although he was penalized for tripping Versteeg, but it didn't look like he tripped him at all. It looked like Versteeg just fell. Anyways, going into the third period, the Leafs actually score, but the referees wave it off because they lost sight of the puck for 1 second? Come on, that's a joke. And then Cabaret is penalized for the first time this season, and the Leafs are able to kill that off, and halfway in the third period, Boschman nearly gives up a breakaway opportunity to a couple of Carolina players, but luckily, even though he juggled the puck, he kept it in the Carolina zone. And then the monster actually wakes up after having a shaky start with those 2 Eric Staal goals and that Skinner goal, and he starts playing terrific, along with the Leafs defense. Now, Grabowski battles White for the puck and wins the battle, even though White tipped it out of the play with his own stick. But hey, you know what? That's okay, because it was, well, I think Grabowski shot, but White just tipped it, and that usually just stops play instead of getting penalized for delay of game. Now, the refs miss a tripping call in which Grabowski was tripped, and that was an illegal trip, but for some reason the refs chose to ignore it. And if that didn't get Leaf fans upset, the fact that Meyer scores to take the lead 4-3 for the Canes with 5 minutes to go in the third period, what the heck? We were playing so well against Carolina, and then all of a sudden, the Leafs could not stop a goal from Meyer from going in. I just don't get it. The monster finally wakes up, and then this happens. Anyways, Boychuk is penalized, and when the Leafs pull the monster, Eric Staal'd's penalized 30 seconds before the game ends, but instead of the Leafs tying the game again, Jay Harrison hits Grabowski from behind. He's down. There's no penalty call, no 6-on-3 opportunity for the Leafs, and when the game's over, Grabowski takes his anger out on Brandon Sutter, who he thought was the one who pushed him down. It was actually Harrison. But the thing is, despite the Leafs' energy, how the heck was it that they couldn't beat the Canes? I mean, if Cam Ward was any good, the Canes would have actually had a playoff spot by now coming into the game. I mean, the Habs could beat them, the Senators could beat them. So what's the problem with the Leafs tonight that stopped them from beating the Carolina Hurricanes? I just don't get it. We're better than that team. Well, anyways, the Leafs are going to be playing the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the Leafs are a better team than them on Thursday. And on New Year's Day, the Leafs are going to be in Ottawa facing the Senators, and we are a better team than Ottawa, so I expect the Leafs to beat them. So, until after Thursday's game, go Leafs go. Oh, by the way, in regards to Sunday night's game, if you want to tell Colby Armstrong that he did a great job with those 2 goals, you can. I mean, he's going to be at the Real Sports Apparel store Wednesday, December 29th from like 2 to 3, I think it is, answering questions and giving out autographs with Luke Shin. So I'm expecting that it will be packed because it's the Christmas holidays and a lot of people will be off school and a lot of people will probably be still off work until January. So I expect a lot of Leaf fans to turn out for this. So until after Thursday night's game, go Leafs go!